This is the LEGO Hidden Side set, Shrimp Shack Attack, set number 70422, rated 8+, and it was released back in 2019, and I picked it up recently because I think it looks pretty cool. Although, one of the main downsides, and I think struggles that Hidden Side had, was the box art. Like, yeah, they're kind of going for this cool graphic, and like, oh, it's got transformations and things, but you can't really see what you're getting. But if we turn the box around, we can get a better look at what's actually included in this set. We've got the main Shrimp Shack itself, which does look pretty cool, kind of like an almost abandoned and boarded up, sort of run down thing you might find down the beach. I've definitely seen buildings like this. We've got a cool little beach buggy as well, and some of the street sign looks pretty cool there. And down here it just shows you that you can connect it to the app, which I don't think the app works anymore, so that's, you know, kind of disappointing, but you can still play with it. There's a few different features included. And here's just another advertisement for the app, which, yeah, I'm not sure if it works. I should probably check that out. But some of the cooler things about Hidden Side are definitely the minifigures that come with the set. Look at them, they look so cool. We've got Spencer the Ghost Dog, Jack, Parker, Ronnie, Sally, and Chef Enzo. And it is worth mentioning that this set has 579 pieces, and this set originally cost £45 when it was out. I managed to pick it up on eBay quite recently for £42, so it is roughly still the same price, but there's a few on the market. Inside the box there are 5 numbered bags, plus we have this piece loose in the box. There's 1 sticker sheet included, and only 1 instruction booklet, although it is quite large. If you open up the instruction booklet, it tells you how to open the bags and use a brick separator, in case you didn't already know that. And here we have a breakdown of what bag builds what part of the set. There are 166 steps across 123 pages. And once you finish building, these are the leftover parts. A couple of interesting things like here, like the machete, or the spoon, or the sausage. They're pretty cool, but the rest of it is just the usual stuff. Oh, and of course there was a brick separator as well. Okay, so I have just finished the build, but I thought I'd let you know that I have checked and I can no longer use the app. It's been removed from the App Store. It's no longer supported, so I can't show you any of the inbuilt app features with the animations and the mini games and things, but I didn't really care too much about that. So let's look at the set itself. Starting off with the side build, then we have Jack's little quad bike or off-road beach buggy sort of thing here. Pretty cool. Got a mounted turret on there to zap away your ghosts and other demons from the Hidden Side. Ooh, spooky. I actually quite like the build, actually. It's pretty cool. But it would have been cool if it had a little stand, so it could be like a sentry turret as well. Otherwise, taking it off the vehicle, I guess you could just use that as like an exhaust, honestly. So if you feel like that's a bit too large and obnoxious, take it off and it still looks pretty good. Got 1 light on here, got the bull bar here. Just down behind that, a sticker piece for where there's like another bull bar for some reason. Got the off-road larger tyres, and then it uses this kind of large classic Lego car piece where you can fit 2 minifigures in side by side. And it's got some nice chair detailing on the back as well. Steering wheel piece there, it's a couple of stickers on there, just for some extra detailing, some engine details. It's a nice little build actually, cool things, some rear lights there as well. It does have a hazard stripe here, I don't really know why, and well, I feel like you can fit the 2 main characters in here, take that off, but you can't fit their dog, so you could just take that piece off and pop on the little ghost dog on the back. Let's put the minifigures in as well. So there we go, we've got the dog and the 2 minifigures, both on their phones, but you know, using your phone is a big part of the Hidden Side sets, right? Oh, if only you could still do that. But maybe using your phone whilst driving isn't the safest thing, we all know that, right? And then if I pop this giant turret back on, you would probably want to stand up a minifigure so they can hold on to the handles here. Let's see how that looks. There we go. Their feet don't quite reach the studs, but, you know, they're not really going to go anywhere. And that's a quite cool pose, actually. It works out better than I thought. Yeah, I quite like that. I'm sure people could use this style of build for, you know, a more realistic or militaristic style of vehicle, actually. But this works out better than I expected. As for the main Shrimp Shack itself, I like the whole run-down, old, almost abandoned, slightly dodgy health and safety risks business that this looks like. You can imagine that, hey, back in the heyday, this was a thriving place down on the beach, but it's just kind of been, well, the paint's chipping away and you've got trees and all sorts growing out of it. I guess the Hidden Side really is taking over. And one of my favourite things has to be this brick-built sign here with the shrimp. That's really cool. Starting off downside on this little bit of a, well, is it a pier or is it supposed to be wet sand or a boardwalk? We've got a drink on top of a barrel with a drinks dispenser machine here as well. I feel like it looks a little bit small, but I don't know, it feels a little bit like sunk into the ground maybe. And we've got a few Hidden Side features, but I'll show you those later on. Here we have a doorway into the Shrimp Shack itself, so your Chef Enzo and waitress Sally can get in there. And then you've got the shutters, which again, it just adds to the whole look. But of course you can open them up individually if you want to, so you can have customers come up. Although it's not the safest thing. Again, it looks like it's just been so broken down and worn away. I feel like there should be more boardwalk out here so you can actually stand on there without going up to the ledge. I don't know, maybe you're not supposed to serve from there. We've got some more weeds and dead plants growing on, and the stickers used here are really nice with the warm paint effect. And I don't say this often, but there's a good colour match between the sand blue on the stickers and the sand blue on the parts. So well done, LEGO. If you could do this in 2019, can you do it in 2024? Well, not entirely. Here we've got a little bit of a pier suggestion here with a life preserver ring and nice prints with these wooden tiles. And then round the side again, we've got more of the plants growing out. It's overgrown. I imagine this is probably leaning into the water area over here. There's no suggestion of water, but I feel like given where the pier is and how this is going down, you can get the idea that the water is really coming right up to it now. And then around the back, we've got some, well, I don't know if I'd want to eat this, but this is probably the supplies. You've got 2 fish, a chicken leg, and an egg in there as well underneath the stairs. And then the stairs, well, they don't really lead up to much. They lead up to the roof, but there's no, well, there's nothing here. It's just a couple of barrels, really. So is it supposed to be storage area or like a ladder? I mean, it doesn't need access up here. If anything, you could have put a ladder here. The whole staircase feels like a misuse of parts to me. And that's kind of my feeling with this whole set, actually, is that there's over 500 parts here, but I don't feel like I'm getting 500 parts worth of stuff because there's a lot of parts all buried into the floor that honestly were just unnecessary. And I know with LEGO sets, they have a parts budget and a price they have to work towards, and then they come up with everything else later. So I know they had to include this many parts for this price for £45, but I can just tell you now, before this review is even over, that it isn't worth full price. I feel like, I know it's got 5 minifigures, I know it's got over 500 pieces, but I wouldn't want to pay more than £35 for this max, honestly. So, I mean, it's hard to say wait around for a discount nowadays, but if you want to get it on eBay or something, do try and look for something on a slightly lower end. As for the backside, then we've got the kitchen area, and this is really nicely detailed, actually, more so than I expected. The floor, with the tiled floor here and a few studs to place minifigures. We've got cabinets and drawers, and there's the oven there with some nice, that's usually used for trains, but I think that's appropriate. It works here. You got the grill on top and the hob, and there's no kitchen sink or anything included here, but I guess since it's cut in half, you could imagine that's over here as well. Got a pretty cool drinks machine, a coffee machine over there, and perhaps this is supposed to be the serving hatch, because this is the only hatch that's open underneath the stairs. But you got your ketchup and mustard bottles there as well, and a couple of pots and pans hanging on the side. So they use the space well, I think. This is a good job. And you got the smokestack from the oven leading up. And if you turn one of the barrels on the roof, you can see it reveals this green brick, which if you scanned it, it would have done something on the app. And same down here, you can spin this around, different colors, do different things with the app. But since the app discontinued, I can't show you that. So speaking of hidden side features, there's a few to this set, but unlike other hidden side sets, there's not really any like cool play features or functions to reveal them. Well, you got one down here. If you turn this little knob, it lifts up the floorboard. And what's underneath the floor? Well, I guess it's supposed to be a mouth, so you could have a minifigure fall in there, perhaps. It's a shame you can't quite fit one under there. Maybe if we take off her accessory. Can she fit completely? Not quite, but you can imagine it's chomping down. That's rather unfortunate for her. But otherwise, yeah, you know, got some teeth. And I guess the red's supposed to represent the tongue or the bottom of the mouth, but that's kind of it. A bit boring, really. Although that is the only one that actually has a little mechanism. Everything else you kind of have to pretend and do yourself, because there is another one where you can pull apart the floor. Maybe there's an earthquake, and what's this supposed to be? Is that like a monster's tongue? It felt like there was more details to it underneath the floorboards, but you don't see that. There's more tiles and things under there, and it looks like there's more mechanism, but there really isn't. That's pretty much it. You have to manually pull it apart, and it's not the smoothest of features. It feels, yeah, very sharp and bulky and clanky. Oh, and if you adjust the sign, if you move this crab out of the way, there is an eye. Da-da-da-da. Evil. I do like that sticker. That's really nice. And then back to the shrimp sign again. A really cool build. Looks great from this side. You know, normal, hey, happy day, everything's normal. Turn it around the back and you've got this, well, evil, deformed looking shrimp. Oh, there's another eye on the sign here as well. But you can't really, but yeah, you can angle that out as far as that, but it doesn't like flip the sign around or anything, so you can't see it all. But honestly, I don't care about the hidden side features personally, but that's a really cool build. I just can't get over it. Although I do think all the Technic parts showing here does look a bit bulky and it's like almost unfinished looking. And then this eye here, you can just spin around manually. And then, oh, that's a nice sticker, by the way. They open 24 hours. And then this eye is actually on an inverted tile, but it's a pretty nice one. That's a print. And then the stickers here for the diner sign, really nicely done across two 2x3 tiles, because I don't think we had the 2x6 tiles back in 2019, but if you line up your stickers perfectly, there's a minimal gap between the two, but that's a good sign as well. So yeah, I like the normal things here. The hidden side stuff is pretty weak, which is probably why the theme got discontinued, but I just like, if Lego City could do buildings like this, I'd be really happy. Taking a close look at the minifigures, then here we have our waitress Sally with a little serving tray and a mug on the top. And this is a really nice outfit. Some good quality printing here. So nicely detailed with the fine lines and everything. Good quality. And printing around the back as well. Her face here, I don't know, I guess it's, well, it's not quite scared, it's not quite happy. It's like a nervous expression, I would say, almost. Perhaps she's seeing things, but she's trying to convince herself that everything's normal. And if you take off the hairpiece, she does have an alternate face. Perhaps she's seen something now, and now she's a bit scared. But that's not all, because it's a hidden side set. You do get extra parts for some minifigures. And here you have waitress Sally as if she's been possessed by the hidden side, with this really cool hairpiece here with a bit of transparent green coming through there, and even the face as well. If I take the hairpiece off. Yeah, look at that. Typical monster, almost slimy looking thing printing on the back as well. But yeah, I didn't expect that, so that's nice to see. And next up we have Chef Enzo himself. Pretty cool with his long sword here to cut up some crab. Again, a really good detailed torso here. I really like it. Printing continues down and laps on the hips as well. That's one of my favourite Lego minifigure face prints. The hat is a perfect addition. Some lines on the back as well. That's a pretty cool minifigure actually. And just like Sally, if you take off his head, he does get a transformation. And this time, he gets an extra bit of a body as well. And then if we pop his hat back on, ta-da! We have evil, possessed Chef Enzo with his butcher's knife there. Again, with a slightly different face. Still got his iconic facial hair on there. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I like that. Hidden Side did good minifigures. Look at them. More detailed torso printing, leg printing. And the phone there, of course, as I mentioned, phones are very important to Hidden Side. And on there, we've got a ghost that she's captured through the camera. Nice hair hat pieces. That's dual molded. Smiley face on there. And more of a unimpressed face. But again, look, more around the back. That's so cool. And here we have the main man himself, Jack. And my favourite thing about this minifigure is this hat and hood combo piece. That's really nicely done. It blends in with his hoodie that he's wearing there as well. And the way that the drawstrings come down, it sets the perfect place. And there's some subtle print detailing on his legs there with the dog keychain. And some suggestion for the belt and the pockets. Here he is with his phone capturing a different ghost. And the print on the back of the torso just continues the graphics on there. And then does he have an alternate face? Of course he does. Again with a angry and unimpressed face. And the last minifigure in this set is just an everyday dude. You know, this is Ronnie. He's just here to enjoy a hot dog from the shrimp shack. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's more Lego food items, and they're pretty good. And he's got a nice pizza torso, so I guess Ronnie here is a fan of all things food. But sometimes he can take it a bit too far. Maybe he's had some bad shrimp because he's looks like he's about to be sick. And although it's not a minifigure here, the ghost dog is just so adorable. Nice dual molded piece with a bit of transparent and solid white coming through. Maybe you couldn't use this as an actual dog, but it's still a really cool piece. I like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is a very good looking set. I like the build, some great minifigures, some cool mini details and things, but yeah, I feel like there was a misuse of parts here and the price just wasn't quite right, so it's a hard one to recommend. I mean, it's hard to come by now and prices do rise on it, so I think in 2024 for £42, what I paid, yeah. But back in 2019 and 2020, I'd probably want to pay 30-something pounds for it, 35, 37, but no more than that. What do you guys think about the set? Tell me in the comments below. I'll see you next time for another Lego video where I might be doing some more reviews or adding this set to my Lego City. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Bye for now. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out the other videos on this channel or on one of my other channels as well. And of course, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share with your friends.